Hello, welcome. My name is Lana Labonte, and I am here to uplift, support, inspire, and hopefully that empowers you to be the best version you are meant to be. I am here to raise the vibe so you can rise in love and reign in your life. I've been sitting with some things, as we all should be, as life is happening, and I hope you're participating in it. The beauty of life is it commands that you be present, that you be a part of it, that you participate in it, because it's up to you to make your life in alignment with you, with your heart, your soul, to find the play along the way. Because when we were children, we knew that was the way. And then somewhere along the way, we lost our way. We went to school. We were told, stop asking questions. It is what it is. I'm here to remind you, keep asking questions. Why? 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 And not because I said so. Because it's your inquisitive mind that triggers from the intuition. The into me I see. Your soul aligns with what is unique and curious to you because it is guiding you along the way. Each of us has a purpose and a path. We're not here to be cookie cutters of one another or doers, although some would have us just do. But I remember we were meant to be. When I was younger, there was a show called Romper Room, and the woman would hold this circle and she would act like she was speaking to us through the screen, through the television. I see Bobby and Billy and Joni and Annie. I don't know for how long I sat there hoping maybe one day she'd call my name, thinking that she was speaking to me directly. And sometimes those types of shows may have spoken to me or you or anyone at some point. But when it really boils down to it, how much of it was programming us into being good doobies? Do you remember that? Have you ever heard, be a good doobie? I remember, be a good doobie. I was a good doobie. Do what they wanted you to be. It's either do or be. But when you can be, you can do. You can't just do without being, but they want you to just do to be what they want you to do. Okay, that might be a little bit deep, but that's where we're at. We're at a period in history where we're all feeling that rub, that pressure. And when the pressure is on, we say in Kundalini Yoga, start and the pressure will be off. Just like a diamond can only be formed under pressure. And there's that song, dun 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 dun, dun 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 dun, under pressure. David Bowie, thank you very much. We're all going to be pushed, provoked, under pressure. Something is going to stir something within us, especially during these times, to wake us up, to shake us up, because you got to be shaken to waken. Not just be woke, but you need to be awake. And what is awake? It's a wave. Awake is a wave in the sea, moving you and me, motion, currency, the waters rippling out. Are you willing to be the wave? Are you willing to make waves? That's what we all came here to do, is to break the wake, to make the waves, to create the change. We didn't come here to play by the rules. We came to rewrite them. Don't you feel that? We're not here to be against one another. We're here to work together with one another. The so-called system was supposed to have been designed to take care of us, not take from us. But instead, it tried to infiltrate, to instigate. Isn't that what it did? It caused this rift between you and me, this one and that one, us versus them, men versus women, forgetting we're here together. When they say we're in this together, I don't want anybody out there to think it's the woke game. It's the together we stand, united we fall. If we continue to follow their game, it's only us who falls. There's more of us than there are of them. Remember the movie Ants? In 1984. There's a whole lot more. It's up to us to break the patterns, to rewrite the rules. Yeah, it's a game. And we can play along, or we can recognize this ain't the game I came to play. The game I want to play is fun, it's joyful, it's not stress, it's not survival mode, it is thrival. It is we raise one another up. Because again, humans in unity equals humanity. If you want to see the rays of consciousness, you have to bring each other up, not put each other down. Anyone who feels the need to put someone else down is weak. That weakness is the weak link in our chains. When you look in the mirror and you recognize, you and I want the same thing. We want to be loved. We want to have joy. We want to have fun. We want a better life. There's nothing different in anybody around the world except for all of those kinks they've tried to place between us. And boy, we can play with the word games, the word spells. Spell casting, utilizing words. The spells that they cast created the caste system. It might be spelled differently, but essentially it's still a vibration, it's still an energy, it's a frequency. And it is utilized to shape and form and influence humanity. What if we all just recognized for just a day that we could all play, go out in nature, remember who you were before they told you who you were supposed to be. Tell them, I know who I am. When you were little, you didn't want to go inside and stop playing. There was so much more to see and explore out in the world. Nature nurtures. And I think we forgot our true nature when we disconnected from nature. And in order to come back to self, you have to step back and look at where you're at. Is this where you wanted to be? Did you plan this out? Or did you kind of get hijacked along the way? It happens. But you can course correct. You can change the trajectory. You can go in a different direction. There are no mistakes. There are only choices. And when you think you missed a take and you call it a mistake, there's only one thing to do, and that's to make another choice and go in a different direction. And those missed takes are simply guides along the way. They're kind of like those little markers that make you go, that was the point in my life when I turned in the direction that brought me to this moment here. That reminded me of my path and my purpose and what was important, what was a priority, what mattered most. Do you even remember? Do you remember what brought you joy when you were a child? Do you remember now? That inner child is still within you, and it's just waiting for you to call it back, to hold it, to remind it, you are safe, and you do get to play. And this survival game has got to end. Yeah, we need to have a little bit of pressure, and so you have to thank the dark or all of the different forces that cause you to feel under pressure. Because if it wasn't for the rub, if it wasn't for that feeling of constriction or resistance, how would you know it wasn't aligned to begin with? No matter what's going on in your life, something I was sitting with this morning, the exhaustion, the sleep disruption, the inability to figure out why is this happening? Like trying to label something that you are going through. Like, what is really going on? Why do I feel this way? Why am I unable to sleep? Why do I feel restless, yet I'm tired, isn't it? I'm so exhausted. I wake up still feeling like I didn't sleep last night. If you're going through that right now, stop trying to label it. Sit back, relax, pull out a book, a journal. Start making notes. What is it really bringing up in you? Because the disruption, the fact that you're restless, there is something under that surface, and it's trying to get your attention to be present in this moment, because that is the gift, here and now. That is you. Your place in this world matters. And when you feel like you're so confused, there's usually a breakthrough around the corner. When there's so much pressure, there's eventually gonna be a release at some point. There's gonna be a revelation. There's gonna be a presentation. Here I am. The sooner you slow down, breathe, slow down into the breath, become present in your body. Your body is your biggest GPS, your guide. Tune into your body. Get grounded. Put your feet on the earth. Take a walk out in nature. It's going to present to you when you become present to it. You see how that works? You becoming present allows your body to present the gift of the now. Here's what I've been holding for you all this time. I was just waiting for you to be present in this time, to gift it to you in the now. So breathing, slowing down, becoming present, allowing your body to present that sensation. You got 5 senses. Tap into them. Those 5 senses lead to the heightened intuition that sees into you. Into me I see. That intimacy that you align with when you are present in the moment with your body and your heart and soul, the mind will start to receive the messages that are not just programmed, but come from a deeper place within you, a deeper knowing, a wisdom, a gnosis. And then all of a sudden the ahas, the epiphanies, the lessons and the stories, the unaddressed memories that have been repressed will rise to the surface once you are willing and able to allow yourself to receive and see Because when you're willing to be present and tap into the senses, the deeper you feel, the more it will reveal what is meant for you in the moment. And then things start to become magical, because one thing leads to the next. And when you start to take notes and you write things down, there's a reason why handwriting, it's art, because the arm, the hand, is an extension of the heart. You literally do write from your heart. It is cathartic. Heart, heart-ic, right? The alliteration, the language. When you speak the language of your soul, you start to recognize the poetry. And that tells you where the alignment is within you, that you are receiving the gift. That channel to source, that direct connection, that life force that moves through you. And it starts with the breath. And where is the heart is right there with the lungs. So when you breathe into your lungs, you're breathing life into your heart and allowing it to, like the toroid it is, to get the movement of that energy in such a way that it puts you in alignment with your frequency. It recalibrates you. It's an integration through the breath, through the connection through the senses. Everything is designed within you, for you. We don't need to go seeking and searching outside of ourselves. We need to just come here right now. Be present in the now. How present can you be here now? So that the gifts are presented to you in the now, as opposed to thinking you need to wait. Just wait and see. Just sit around. It's not presenting anything if you're just kind of loosey-goosey, airy-fairy, not grounded or tethered to the earth and in your body. The more present you get in your physical body, tapped into the senses, which is this human experience, the more the intuition tunes you in, into me I see, and you intuit the wisdom and the gnosis that expands across all time and space. Reaches into whatever you want to call the Akashic records, your past lives, your ancestors, nature, the universe, God, source, divine, universal, wisdom, the spark of all that is. We are channels for all of that because we are the resource of source, made in perfect image, no matter what you want to call it. We're here for this. These times, we came here for this. Not to tune out, not to numb out, and certainly not to submit to what people think are these other forces. Why? Because their time is done. Many of us have known this for a very long time. The message is this: we've been it all, across all time and space. All realities, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful. Stop judging it and recognize you've been it. You spot it, you got it, one time or another. And chances are you're so disconnected from the now, you can't recognize the past from the present. And we can't change the future until we accept everything within ourselves is a reflection of where we've been and who we've been and what we are. Because we're creating ripples, we're creating waves. We are here to awaken and break the wake, right? The wake in the ocean We're awakening our inner knowing. This life is miraculous, and you are magic. Never doubt that. Never question that. And don't ever let anybody tell you otherwise. There's a gift here for you in all that you do, because you came to be a part of this change. We are the change we're going to see in this world. And as the systems crumble, there will be those who will try to hold on for dear life, squeezing every last morsel out of it, thinking, I don't know anything else, so I have to hold on to what is. When in reality, what will be is so much more. And we'll just, I personally feel, we are coming back into another renaissance. Yeah, things will seem a little uncomfortable at first, but who runs the world? Not those who claim to speak for the rest of us. Who does the real work in the world? The people. Just like in ants. The ants are doing the work. When the ants wake up and recognize there's more of them than there are of them, then we make some major change. When we're reminded that together we stand and that we really do have more in common, we're going to remember also that there's no need for this suffering, this struggle, these wars. All of the things you see around you is theater. I was in the military. The word theater, battlefield, theater. They called it theater for a reason. The stories you can hear from many veterans would tell you there's a lot of propaganda. There's a lot of fakery. There's a lot of fuckery. The truth of the matter is, it's all there to keep you in fear. There always has to be a bad guy. There always has to be some threat to keep them relevant. But what if there really wasn't? What if the truth of the matter is they're all in it together, working together to try to decide who's next to be the next superpower or leader? What if we actually focused on taking care of one another instead of all that other noise that's happening out there? Because to me, most of what's going on is all noise. And the whole point is the more you focus on that, you'll lose connection here. You forget who you are, you forget your purpose and how you're here to play. We're here to create. You have a gift. And by being distracted and hijacked from the things out in the theater, you become an extra participant in their show rather than the main star of your own life. Everything's a choice. And you can go and do whatever you want. But your soul will still try to put you back on track. And one of the things I've learned over the course of my life is that when you don't choose to change and you are so far off your path, your soul will make sure that you come back in one way, shape, or another. Whether you're kicking and screaming or willingly moving in that direction because you recognize that you're out of alignment and you need to get back online, like straight and narrow. Pass through the eye of the needle. Lighten your load. Stop carrying stuff that people told you you needed to carry. It doesn't belong to you. Stories or labels or roles or personas. You be you. You be buzz, 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 you. So when they want to keep us in this low fear vibration, one of the things I wrote down, and I was reminded about this because I've heard so many of my friends speaking, I can't sleep, I'm restless, I'm not sleeping well, or even if I do get enough sleep, it feels like I wake up like a sledgehammer hit me in the face, and as a result of that, they're still tired and exhausted. It's been like that for several weeks, obviously. I'm feeling it. And this morning I'm reminded, that's right. The energies. When you feel exhausted, a lot of times it's because you're going through an upgrade. You're getting blasted with energy to upgrade you, to up-level you. And I'm like, oh, how we forget. We forget until we remember. We're here to remember. You and me, when we remember, the members of us coming back together, because we are each other's keys and codes. Your key unlocks the codes of another. My keys unlock the codes of another. When we come together, we're like putting together all those keys, remembering, unlocking each other's codes, the codons. Recognizing that we came and made a pact that we would do this with each other. Sure, not everybody's going to get on board with us. Maybe they're not meant to. That might be a different path they were always meant to go on. And so part of your lesson in this life, as well as my own, is to be able to discern where you're trying to hold on to people you want to go with you but cannot go with you. And that's a huge part of the period of time we're in right now. When you get accustomed to the fact that your life is headed in a certain direction, and then you recognize people in your life just don't align with it anymore, instead of holding on to them, bless them. They were a part of your life for a period, a season, a reason, a lesson. Let them go on their way. Bless them because they have their own path. Not everybody's going to go with us where we're headed. And not everybody's going to go with them on their path. It's up to us to go, oh. And I'm going to tell you that over the course of my life, my inner child's like, oh, I'm sad. I was hoping they would come with me. I wanted them to also experience the same things I'm experiencing. Because in my mind, the way I live, I want to evolve. I want to grow. I want to change the world in a positive, uplifting, inspiring, and empowering way. I want everybody to be happy. I want to raise you up. I'm not here to put anybody down. And I have had plenty of people who've tried to hold on to me and just keep me on their level. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't do that. That's just not who I am. My integrity, my authenticity is to follow the path of my soul. My heart and soul have to head that way. Otherwise, it's causing my own suffering. And it holds me back from serving others. So maybe that's somewhere where you are in your life and you're just starting to recognize that people are dropping out of your life. And there's a grieving process that also comes along with that. Because not everybody's going to go with you. So just like death, it's the end of a relationship. It's the releasing of a connection. There's a melancholy. There's a mourning. As if they're dying, or that life, that identity that you associate with them is going too. So when we acknowledge this, we bless it, we honor it, we revere it for where it brought us, that in itself is part of this life too. That it brought you to where you're at today explicitly for you to acknowledge it too. It's like skipping across stones. You have to make it fun again. You have to acknowledge the good and the bad, because it's all there for you and it's served on a silver platter. Can you acknowledge the gift without a bow, that it's sad to let them go, but that they were there for a period of your life that served you to where you're at now and helped you move in that direction? They made you aware of yourself, because we don't experience ourselves by ourselves. We can only experience ourselves through the reflection and mirroring of another. the experience of ourselves through the way another experiences us. And the same we gift back to them, that they are experienced through our experience of them. It's the same thought of, if a tree falls in a forest, does it make a sound? Only if someone hears it. If you are alone by yourself, how are you going to experience yourself? You can sit there and talk to yourself in the mirror and you can have great insights. But then you still have to go out and interact with others to see how you apply that wisdom, that knowledge that you have gleaned in a meditation or just a reflection or journal. We're not meant to hibernate, isolate. We are living creatures that need to commune, to be in right relationship with ourselves and one another. So we're constantly being shaped through our experiences. So you need to stop thinking there's something wrong with you, or that you need to label it too. If you have not been sleeping well, start getting present in your body. Rewind this video, bring it back to the breath, get present, journal. Acknowledge there's nothing wrong. It's all divine and it's all in perfect time. Because if you think there's something wrong with you and you start to get all agitated and freaked out or in fear, that is what they feed off of. That is what they want. They want people so confused, so disconnected from themselves, that they get to win because they can harvest that energy and loosh off of it. This is what really happens. We've become so serious in the world that we forgot to have fun. We forgot to play. We forgot we're here to create, not just consume and be consumed. Because when we come back to our nature, we nurture our heart, we create, right? The arms are the extension of the heart, the hands. So what we pour out of our heart, with our hands we create, we write cathartically. Out comes the change. Because we are here to create. We are here to express ourselves. Everything is supposed to be wide open. The bigger the heart, the more your light radiates and shines. The more your light radiates and shines, the more love that you provide the world, the gift of you, the more we raise the vibe. The more we can raise the vibe, we can also rise in love and we reign in our lives. That's what we're here to do. And it's simpler than most people want to believe it is. I've had to sit with it and remind myself, oh, that's right. I want to play. I want to have fun. None of this serious stuff. We're the only species on the planet that pays to live on it. Can someone make sense of that to me? Taxed on living? Why? Who came up with this stuff? I got it. I'll give you a hint. Man-made is trying to play God. Man trying to play God. That's Power versus Force. David R. Hawkins, great book. I highly recommend it. Power is innate within each and every one of us. Force is the appearance of having power, and it fails every time. Why? Because it's inauthentic. When you stand in your power, that authenticity, that is true. You will rise higher than you ever have. But when you try to force something, that's usually where you find yourself going through the toughest lessons. Because if it's not aligned, you can't force it. And the power within you that comes from your heart and your soul will realign you to get right with yourself. And sometimes it looks like the most chaotic, crisis, life-changing, excruciating event it can be. But if you are willing to be humble, slow down, and acknowledge what is coming up within you, and you choose to make the change as opposed to allowing the change to be made for you. See, if you don't choose, it will be chosen for you. That's how this world works. This is how the universe works. That's how energy works. If it's not aligned, it will be realigned. Some way, shape, or form. Call back your magic. Tap back into your heart and soul. When you are in your authenticity, there ain't no stopping no one. And when God is for you, nobody can be against you. I'm going to share one thing before I close this stream, because I found this and I haven't seen it until today again. This is a rose card that my mother gave me years ago. This year marked 8 years that my mother had passed, July 8th. And this is what she wrote in it. Time is precious. It is our life. It cannot be recalled, replaced, or bought. I am tediously clearing every little note and scrap. I love disposing and take breaks and work on collages on foam boards to maybe one day hang in my restored, redesigned ARK, A-R-K. That's the name of my new motorhome. And color helps me express myself along with writing to the Lord. I see flowers. I see your face. Beautiful, the daughter who used to say, Mom, I love waking up to a new day. What a joy to have had you for a while. My favorites, the tea party, the play you and your sisters put on for me and Jim. You're constructing the tree house. Ah, what a girl, what a woman. Love, Mama, a grateful being, hearts and X's. And she included this little poem I know you've all probably heard. Actually, it's not a poem, but people are often unreasonable and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are honest, people may cheat you. Be honest anyway. If you find happiness, people may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you do today may be forgotten tomorrow. Do good anyway. Give the world the best you have, and it may never be enough. Give your best anyway. For you see, in the end, it is between you and God. It was never between you and them anyway. Keep praying, you will be blessed. Love, God. The finishing touch. If this message invokes in you anything, who were you before the world told you who to be? Can you return to the source of who you truly are? That's all we, all of us, truly desire to be. At the core, at the root, resides your heart and soul. And the only way to return to it is to tap in, go within, to truly become present to the here and now, to be present in your body and all of your senses so that it may present the gift of you. The into me I see, that intimacy that holds your inner knowing, wisdom, and gnosis. That is who you truly are. And it's the body that holds the key. Because the more present you are, the more it can present you to you. Because that is the gift of the now. And being here and now is where you find all of the nuggets, all of the wisdom, all of the magic that you are. That is truth. And I want to say thank you. Thank you for tuning in to you. May this day bless you in every way and remind you of your true heart and soul's calling, and give you the courage, le cœur, the heart, to step on that path one foot at a time, one foot after the other, as the angels lay rose petals at your feet. Give yourself permission to trust in the unknown and the unfamiliar. No matter how much discomfort, the only way to find the comfort is to move forward. From my heart to yours, I say thank you. Thank you for showing up. I love you, truly, deeply, and most of all, you be you. That's the best you can do.